Hey dudes, this is Joshy J. Today I'm going to be speaking to you about developing a clear mental state. Having a clear mental state is really important, but in order to do this, one's environment has to be really clear to them, and one's environment has to be somewhat peaceful to them. And I found being here with my family, in just being with my aunt and uncle in Oman, has kept my mental state really clear, and I was able to execute some great work. Another thing that I want to speak about, so I've been watching a couple of videos lately on Bobby Chiu, John Burton, some of the really good artists that I follow. A really great interview that Bobby Chiu did with John Burton. They speak on a few points, and a few of the ones off the top of my head. So keeping a clear mindset. So you get internal and you get external forces that kind of affect your mindset. And if it's an external force, like don't let that in. That's your journey, is your own journey. Your development is solely based on you. It's not based on anyone else. So your development has nothing to do with anyone else. This is speaking about external forces. And the external forces often pertain to like judgment of others, fear of being different, fear of not fitting in. Social media adds into this a lot, which actually I do want to speak about a little later. But if there's one thing I can tell you, if it's an external force that is busy delaying your own idea of success or your own mental state, don't let that in. And John Burton actually references a quote in the interview. He says that, I really love quotes. He says that the whole sea can't sink a ship if no water gets inside. Isn't that great? Hey, isn't that cool? That's amazing. If you don't let it inside, then it can't sink your ship. So when a bad thought comes up, when a bad thought comes around, don't let it inside. That's your place is your place. There's no room for bad stuff inside. My mom actually always used to tell me that all the gold and the silver that lives inside your heart, if you show it to the bad thoughts, then they get to do with it whatever they like. So yeah, I thought that was quite relevant. So anyway, yeah, so that's an external, so that's to do with the external. If it's an internal struggle, I have that as well. I also have an internal struggle, and it's something that you live with every day and you learn to manage every day. And everyone has a different internal struggle. And I think being able to pinpoint it exactly to what it is would totally help you let go of it. Once you can pinpoint it, you know exactly what it is that you're letting go. And that's powerful. Being able to do that, admit to yourself, okay, these are my flaws, these are my inside struggles. This is exactly what I'm going to let go. And this is kind of what I'm going to control. Those are two important things in keeping a healthy mindset, because the internal and the external problems they're different. They come from different sources. So on the social media topic that I want to discuss is that sorry, I was just checking something. On the social media topic, I don't have an amazingly great following, but I do know that social media can cause a lot of distress to people, um, especially because it can dishearten them. I know sometimes I can get disheartened because I feel like, oh, I'm putting in a lot of effort into these videos, putting in so much effort into my artwork and putting in all this time and whatever, investing in like creating like videos that are actually going to be worthwhile. And I'm like, oh, is anyone going to see them? Is it actually going to reach anyone? Blah blah blah, all this stuff, um, and it can stress me out sometimes. So anyway, those are external forces, and every time that happens, I have to constantly remind myself that I'm like, why am I doing this in the first place? Like, what is it that I'm doing in the first place? And it all takes me back to why I'm doing art in the first place, and it's because I enjoy it. That's why. And it's an act of exploration. That's what it is. For me, art is an act of exploring little aspects inside myself and little avenues inside myself that I know are there and that need work, and they bring it to light, and there's more aspects that I'm like, wow, I didn't know this about myself. Like, there's so many amazing aspects I'm starting to uncover about myself through my own artwork, through discovery. And that leads me to another point that I mean, it's an effort. It's a total effort. Like doing an artwork, it is effort, and I often find I totally get lost in my work. In when I'm doing a piece, its time becomes nothing actually, and I think that's a good space to be in. When you kind of get lost in the piece that you're doing. Yeah, so that leads me to another point. A lot of people speak about this idea of success and whatever, and everyone's version of success is different, but I would really like to highlight what Bobby Chiu speaks about effort being, sorry, I'm trying to remember the quote that he said here, but equaling effort to success. So in other words, if you've put in a lot of effort into something, you've given it your whole heart, you've emptied your heart into it, this art piece, and you've delved into it, and it's horrible and it's like not good, then what a lot of people would do is they'd be like, oh, so that's not successful, that's a bad day, it's like I'm not developing. But actually, I think I spoke about this in my last video, the act of putting in effort is actually success within itself. And the moment you can see effort as success, I think that's the moment where you'll find you'll develop the fastest. Like I'm not anywhere near to where I want to be, and I still have a lot of development to go. But I found that as soon as I define success by the amount of effort that I've put in, my development has actually gotten a whole lot better, which is pretty radical. But it is a constant reminder that I need to remember that if I'm putting in effort and it's logical and I've scheduled it in and I'm waking up early to paint, to develop my skill set, to develop my observational skills, that's success. That's success to me. That's success right there. And I think it's a really important point to remember. I spoke about this idea of waking up early and scheduling in time. This requires a lot of focus, and nowadays I think there's a lot going on that can very much stray us away from our point of focus. There's a lot of like flickering lights that like to catch our attention and pull us in any which direction, that it's almost like a lot of people, they can't really find one specific thing that they really want to like empty themselves into, because there's just so much, there's just so many choices. But I think there's a lot, like, sorry, I think I'm getting quite heavy here. I think I might be going a bit off topic, but there's a lot of like online, there's a lot of things that are very easy to distract you. And I think when you learn a lot about yourself and you realize what it is exactly that I want to do, you can solely put your focus into that. And I think it's a really important place to be, because when you have your sights set on a goal and a focus and a point where you want to get to, it is another effort to not get sidetracked and not get distracted by all these flashing lights around you that are pulling you in each which direction. That's going to take you away from your focus. And remaining focused is a huge thing to me. I kind of believe I've become quite good at it. I've kind of got to the point where I've defined quite a lot of things in my life that I know are really important to me, and just my personality, I would put like a lot of effort into a really little bit of things. I don't know if it's good or bad. It's just my kind of genealogy, and the way I'm set up. And I've learned to just take a lot of pride in it and be proud of myself for that. And it's filtered. I won't go too deep into myself, but it's filtered through into the way I almost interact with everything. If I deem it to be important, it deserves my attention. And as of now, art for me is so important. It's so important to me. And I almost wish, man, yeah, I'm not gonna go too deep. Anyway, yeah, it's really important to me. So I give it a lot of attention, and I give it a lot of focus. And I make more time. If I get tasked to do something, I'm gonna do more, because if I'm set on a goal and I'm very focused on that, I'm gonna do more of it than what's required. Than what's required of me. And yeah, this takes scheduling. So yeah, so anyway, these were off the top of my head of some of the points that I've been thinking about this weekend, while I've been with my family. Yeah, I'm busy developing 5 creatures at the moment, so it has been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of a struggle, but yeah. So I really hope that it's been cool actually as well. So yeah, I really hope that these points have helped you dudes, and if they have, please let me know. I love talking about art. Seriously, if there's any help, any feedback that I can give you guys, please just let me know in the comments. Hit a subscribe if you guys are liking my videos. Hearing that it's reaching people means so much to me. Seriously, I wouldn't be able to tell you how much it means to me. And it's very encouraging. So yeah. Anyways, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. And cool. I will catch you guys in the next video.